lot of job.
It is a new facility.
It was with your teaching the same school system and stuff. Yeah.
So the parents gonna move down?
Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States, to the republic for which it stands, God, indivisible.
All right, good evening, everybody. We'd like to start tonight with a moment of silence for the following individuals. Kathleen Oshevsky, an Onondaga County election technician who worked for the district during school district elections. Regina Mary Kelly, a retired employee of the North Syracuse Central School District. And Ruth Toth, a retired employee of the North Syracuse Central School District. Thank you. Comments from the audience? There are none this evening. So we move on to Board of Education Committee reports. I know it's beginning of the year, so we don't really have anything. I know our committees are on the agenda tonight to get approved. So we'll be voting on that in a few moments. B, OCM BOCES Board Representative Report. Bob.
I want to thank the board for giving me this opportunity once a month. This will be very short this month because our meeting was short. One thing I want to mention is that our superintendent for 7 years, Dr. Jody Manning, his last day was June 30th. Can't say enough my 4 years working with him, his leadership, and where he developed so many new programs and led us to the future. At our reorganization meeting, Ann Wright from JDFM was reelected president. Wayne Bronson from ESM was elected vice president. We met for the first time Mr. Chris Todd, who is from City BOCES, which is really Oswego. He is our interim superintendent until BOCES selects a new superintendent. He will overlook BOCES, but he will not do the search. The search will be done by Dr. Brian Hartwell, who is the district superintendent from Cayuga Oneida BOCES. And on October 7th, we will meet him and start the procedure, and that's the end of my report.
Dan, superintendent comments.
I first want to thank Mr. LeClaire, Jack McAndrew, Lisa Goldberg, Mrs. Palmisano, Diane Clancy, and Amy Vendetti from the canteen for all their hard work with the student leadership camp at Oswegatchie this weekend. I drove up there on Friday to work with the students and the administration and participate in some of the group activities, and there was a lot of conversation that was very positive where students were learning from each other, learning how to collaborate, learning how to communicate, and learning to listen and be a leader in other ways than just being vocal. It was impressive to watch them stretch and grow in some of the activities, and there may be pictures of a high apparatus activity that I went on and went on that swing, and it was a challenge. So again, congratulations to all the administrators who did a phenomenal job. And we received an email from a parent that was just outstanding. It said that this person has worked as a teacher in the district for 23 years, but she saw firsthand how amazing some of the teachers were with the kids because their child came home and couldn't say enough about the experience. And it says, you gave your time, patience, and experience to ultimately give something to a child that they would never forget. So that was a comment from a parent whose child went on the excursion. I want to thank all the people that were here on Friday at the district office, Mr. Leahy, because we had a problem with the water due to the line being broken out front or on the side by the workers, and we had to close down, but it went smoothly, and we didn't have an issue after that, and all water was restored by around 3 o'clock that day. And the last comment is professional development workshops that have been going on at the district office have been absolutely outstanding. There have been math workshops, technology workshops, workshops with Donna Ryder for social emotional learning to help teachers work with students that have had trauma, and we've had a full parking lot, pretty steady, and it's only going to continue. So if you do have the time, please stop by and take a look and talk to people after they come out of workshops. It's really impressive.
Great, thanks. We moved Board of Education comments to the end of this section of the meeting at Bob's suggestion. Does anyone have any Board of Education comments?
I actually do. I was able to tour a before school, after school program, Kids of Central facility attached to a church here locally. Going to have the ribbon cutting August. And to tour the facility and speak with the organization. Very impressive with this group to the area for educational and special for school and after. They'll actually be learning and interact before and after school, and it's a brand new, clean, beautiful.
Okay, we'll move on to routine action items. Do we have any questions on A, B, C, or D? Yeah. So A, consideration of approval of the minutes of the organizational and regular meeting of the Board of Education from July 8th. Do I have a motion?
For A, appointment of the committees. Oh, did I jump ahead?
You jumped ahead.
I'm sorry.
So, do you have any questions on four? Okay, all right. So, do I have a motion to take A, B, C, and D as a group? Aaron and George, all in favor? That's unanimous. Now on to discussion action items. A, the appointment of the 2019-20 Board of Education committees. Mary?
I just want to make sure Matt didn't want to sign up for a committee, because I saw everyone, and I love to see all that participation. I just want to make sure that there wasn't a committee that you wanted to participate in.
No.
Yeah, and with policy and the board budget subcommittee, we will have room for an additional board member, and with the budget subcommittee, an additional 3 board members. I know same with Terry.
Wanted to make sure
Yeah.
we had issues in the participate and
I don't know if this is true, but aren't we able to go to any of these committees? We are not. It's unlike where I am in other places.
Fine to kind of till very late, but yeah.
And I know, Connie, if you get notice that someone's not going to be there, you usually poll the board to see if we can fill those spots, so. There'll be opportunities down the line if you happen to be free for one. Yeah. Any questions on those committees? Paul and I took them and kind of referred. Do I have a motion to accept those board committees? Mark, all in favor? B, acceptance of school comprehensive education plan and district comprehensive improvement plan. The recommended action is to approve the draft of the 2 plans. I have a motion to approve them as submitted.
so can we just talk about this a little bit? I've been eager to see some us, and you know, I know this is like a state form you're filling in, and so within the guidelines that we've been given, but I would like to see something on here where the board gets periodic updates on the progress of this action plan.
Your timing is perfect.
Good.
right now, that is being worked on, and probably we can have something to you by next board meeting. One of the things that the state has is a deadline. They had an August 1st deadline, and Corliss Kaiser was just here on, I think, July 10th, 11th, and 12th. Chris has been working closely with Corliss and the group, so we can have a presentation for you on the August 5th, so you can get a bigger picture of what the SEP, which is the School Comprehensive Plan, that's the one that ROX has developed, and then there's the DSIP, which is a District Comprehensive Improvement Plan that we had to write as a district because of the school improvement. And give you a little bit of clarity as to the whys and what some of the terms mean and some of the things that they're asking us to take a look at and do. So, we actually had a BPT planning and training session today where we discussed that with a lot of the BPTs, because the other thing that's happening is trying to get ahead of things so that we can prevent other schools from ending up in that issue for the state. So there are just some things that we need to pay attention to, and the state is giving us guidance of how to go about doing that and setting goals.
And I see there's dates associated with tasks on, I would just like to hear periodically that we're on target.
Oh, sure. No, we can do that, and we do want to follow the timelines and things because it is very scripted. I don't know if, Chris, you have anything that you want to?
And part of it is they want us to be communicating with the board. It needs to be supported by the board, and several of the, we have a whole series of action steps, and several of them are reporting back to the board, and, you know, we are our progress, particularly mid-year towards an ongoing process. It's not something you create the report, you do a few things and you're done with it. Lots of stakeholders involved, and we're going to bring more teachers into the we have to get the plan to them August 1st. It's a process. They're going to give us feedback, and then we're going to continue work through the year, focusing on Roxelle, but also the district systems. Now, part of the plan requires us to say, hey, it's not just a concern here. Roxelle is part of our districts. We have to look at our system, throw those up, and what's great about attendance data is we can look at it monthly. We've already made quite a bit of gains where we are at the end of the school year last year if we were there the previous year.
Thank you.
Comments, concerns? I have a motion to approve the comprehensive plans for the school district. Bob, Mary, all in favor? That's unanimous. I'll take the next two as a group, C and D. The recommendation to create a 1.0 FTE occupational therapist to be shared between Gillette Road and Roxborough Road, and to create a 1.0 FTE teaching assistant at Lakeshore Road Elementary School. I take it these are due to enrollment changes? Do I have a motion to approve C and D? Harry and Aaron, all in favor? We have a gift this evening. Sarah Burns has donated to the North Syracuse Central School District 2 clear wheelchair trays, 1 toilet seat with handles, 1 transfer board, totaling $383 for use at North Syracuse Early Education Program. We'll accept her gratitude, with gratitude, the above gift. Do I have a motion to accept? Harry, all in favor? Unanimous. Surplus of non-marketable and marketable equipment and textbooks. Anything exciting, Don?
Mostly books, textbooks, old textbooks. There's a few technology items. I was just saying to somebody that in this list are the first 11 smart boards that the district installed going on 10 years ago. So putting in some new smart boards technology up there, and a couple old Chromebooks and things like that.
I probably hung them up, yeah.
You installed those 10 years ago.
Yeah. Do I have a motion to declare that to be disposed? And we have a couple of retirements to acknowledge tonight. Wendy Grabowski is a special education teacher who is retiring with 17 years of service. Vicki Powell, a bus driver, is retiring with 33 years of service. And Kathy C., a typist 2, is retiring with 20 years of service. So we wish them all a happy and healthy retirement and thank them for all their service with us. Do we need an executive session before we take personnel A, B, and C? Okay, do I have a motion to accept A, B, and C as a group? Aaron, Mary, all in favor? That's unanimous. And now I will make a motion to move into executive session to receive an update on 3 legal matters relative to potential litigation, to receive an update on negotiations with the office personnel and maintenance and operations bargaining units, and to review the employment record of 2 individuals with action to follow on 1 employment matter. Do I have a second? George, all in favor? That's unanimous. We're adjourned. Thank you, everybody.